Hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. On the daily forecast over on my YouTube channel, there is in the pull down menu underneath the video is all the ways that you need to know about how to support the channel and how to get in contact with me if you're interested in a personal rating. If you want to support the channel, please hit the thumbs up button or subscribe and come and join us every day. There's an all signs daily forecast that happens every day in the morning, and every month you get a monthly broad spectrum reading for each of your signs. This is the sign for Leo. So if you have a sun, moon, or rising for in the sign of Leo, then you may want to watch this video. It will indicate what kind of a month of May you might be having. If you have heavily placed planets in the sign of Leo, also I would consider watching this, meaning it would be an influence of some sort to your May. Heavily placed planets would indicate like 3 or more planets. Some people have, a lot of planets in a certain sign. So I would watch it if you have 3 or more. If you're here watching on behalf of a Leo, that's completely fine. Feel free to share the videos out if you so choose. If you're watching them on Facebook, please hit like, share them with your friends, help get the word out. And let's see what's going on for Leos this coming month. The card that we're using is the signifier card. I decided to do one deck for all signs this month. I'm using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And so this can be like a theme or something to focus on. It's kind of like your guide for the month of May. So let's see what Leo gets. Leo, you guys get beauty. Waning gibbous number 4. I'm not mad at this card whatsoever. It's also card number 20, which I find interesting because 20 boils down to a 2, and 2s usually signify sort of companionship or coupling. This could be about seeing the beauty and sort of what is going on around us. This would definitely kind of, to me, it ties into Leo's natural tendencies to sort of be opulent. So I think that this should feel good to you. It should feel right in line with who you sort of are at the very core of your being as far as your sign is concerned. To me, Leos can be not only opulent, they can be generous, gregarious. They really sort of enjoy the moment. They love to be sociable and all of that sort of stuff. So I kind of feel like this maybe feels like if my Leos have been down or not feeling very connected or not feeling like hyped up and optimistic or whatever, this to me feels like it could be a shift towards feeling more in that true Leo nature, right? Of seeing the beauty, seeing things that you appreciate, connecting to things at a deeper level. Me killing my dog because I just kenneled him and he's barking in the other room. But, shush, please, I'm on camera. Let's act like we have manners. Oh, he's a brat. Stop it. He's in his kennel because I can't trust him to be out. He'll take a poop in the house or eat a wire or something. He's such a brat. All right, so let's see what's going on in the cards for you, Leo. Maybe he's just saying hi to you. But I do like this. It feels like, we should feel more connected to our world around us, seeing not only appreciation in ourselves, but in those around us also. So I like this for my Leos. It's kind of like this to me feels like where Leo likes to be most of the time and maybe hasn't felt like they've been able to be. So maybe May will give us an opportunity to shift into that. Or we may need to work hard at seeing the beauty in things, depending on what the cards say, right? So let's see here. Okay, the center card is where you guys are centered at for the month. You'll go in and out of this card, but it gives me just a sort of a little bit of an indicator as to where you're at and also what you could potentially be creating for the future. So this is the Six of Pentacles. Not mad at this card. It is an earth sign, earth element card, right? Pentacles represents the earth, but it's very grounded. It's very balanced. It's about appreciation and sharing. It's about charitable acts. It's kind of, I feel like where Leo likes to be, really. It's to sort of give, even when you don't feel like you have a whole lot, looking to the brighter side of things, sharing that brighter side of things, ideally that optimism, sharing whatever wealth you may have. That wealth doesn't necessarily have to be money either, Leo. It could be like your knowledge base or, excuse me, your skill set. But ideally, to me, this card always represents sort of lifting up others, even when we may not have a lot. And so if this is your focus, there's definitely a focus in here, or if this is where you're at, there's definitely a sort of an appreciation of the environment, gratitude in this card, an equality in this card, a sense of charity in this card. So you guys will be like not only taking care of yourselves, but also thinking about the greater whole or those that you love around you and how you can better support them, maybe even financially, right? Because Pentacles would indicate finances, but it doesn't have to be that strict as to just finances. This could be about just sort of sharing whatever your wealth may be, whatever you have enough of that you can share, right? Your intelligence, your good nature, your humor. For each one of you, it may be something different, right? But ideally, not only are you sharing it out in love and grounded in that sort of like good feeling vibe, it's also coming back to you. I feel like there's sort of this, with the Six of Pentacles, I always feel like there's this symbiotic relationship happening where, you know, we give, but we also get to feel good because we give. So it will come back to you, whether it's actually coming back to you through physical, material things, or just the good feelings that you get from being supportive to those that you love and taking care of them and helping them. Now, the next card is the Foundation card. This card's from the past. It tells me a little bit about what was going on in the past that opened the door for things to be the way that they are today. It can also be the memory of this card that can be potentially holding everything in place or sort of propelling things into the future. So let's see what this is. Oh, wow. This is the Ten of Swords. This was in the same position for Pisces in the last reading. So to me, the Ten of Swords indicates an ending of maybe miserable thinking, an ending of just kind of being done, coming to a point where maybe, as much as Leo doesn't want to necessarily admit it, maybe you were defeated in some way, shape, or form, certainly mentally. Maybe coming to the end of a situation or a relationship, a fight, an argument, either within oneself or with another person. Whatever it is, it's like we've taken enough sort of hits over, this could even be our 2020 really, but we've taken enough hits over that period of time that we're now sort of done with that negative thinking. We're done with those like heavy thoughts. We're done with sort of the potential betrayals or whatever was going on in the past. We no longer want that. And I think that the reason why this is in the Foundation is because it's not only is it an indicator of what we've been through and the things that we've suffered, but it also sort of that bitterness or that sort of pain from the past also kind of is an in acute, or it's in direct, it's like sort of a direct opposite as to where Leo's working towards being in the month of May with this Six of Pentacles and with this Beauty card here. Does that make sense? So in essence, it's like we're shedding away the thoughts, resentments, frustrations of the past, the history that we've been through, the struggles that we've had. We've learned from them, right? And we've certainly saw where we may be, you know, get in our own way or where we failed ourselves or others. But I think that with the 10 here in this position, it says we're willing to sort of let it go, like kind of similar to like the 10 of Wands. I kind of get this feeling of like sort of dropping a mental burden, any anguish, any worry, any fear. It's time to kind of let that go. Those are fears that are sort of the past. And if we shift towards this more present time, focus on what's good and what's beautiful, what we appreciate, what we're grateful for. We may not have much. It may not be perfect, right? The Six of Pentacles isn't like super lavish, but it's enough that we feel good. It's enough that we're appreciated. It's enough that we have more than whatever it is that we need, that we can actually share it with others and they can benefit too, right? So now the next card is up above you. This is your spirit or soul card. It tells me what your higher self is working on this month and what it wants to look at. All right, so no kidding around, Leo. This is the Death card, sign of Scorpio. We did have a Scorpio full moon last night, so I feel like this Scorpio full moon is actually affecting some of these readings. This could be that. What do we need to let go of, Leo? Or what, how do I want to put this? Because that Ten of Swords, I really get the distinct impression that this Death card and that Ten of Swords are working together. It's about, the Death card is about endings, right? Inevitable endings, endings we can't necessarily fight. Death is something that affects everything that's living, right? It all dies, right? Plants, animals, people, it all has to meet death at some point. But death is really truly like a form of transformation. And so when I see this Death card up in the spirit space, it really feels like it's asking my Leos, what is it that we need to let go of? Like our higher self is going, come on, we know that this has been a long, hard road. We know that we've struggled. That's the Ten of Swords energy down below. How do we allow ourselves to fully and completely release it at like a deeper spiritual level? Death does not have to be painful. Oftentimes it can be, but the Death card doesn't have to be painful. What it has to be is final, right? It has to be clean and clear. And I feel like the strength of this Death card and the Ten of Swords below you says to me that whatever's been in your way or whomever, and when I'm talking about in your way, it can sometimes be the thoughts of our mind. It can be the things that were said to us by, somebody that we love dearly. Who knows what it is? Each one of you, it's going to be something different. But whatever it is that caused you the pain that you see in that Ten of Swords, it's now time to kind of step away from that or let that go, no matter what. For some of you, this could be, transferring or changing, transforming, relationships and jobs and all that sort of stuff in the moment. Like, there could be actual, what's the word? Like real-time things that need to come to an end. And you've known this for a while. That's the Ten of Swords underneath, right? That Ten of Swords is kind of driving you right now. It's telling you, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. It's been too painful. I want to move towards joy. I want to move towards beauty. I want to move towards, feeling that jovial, generous Leo nature that's within you, right? So allow for that. And if there is some discomfort this month, I kind of get this vibe that, if I'm being completely honest, I don't feel that much discomfort as I'm looking at these cards. I know that they seem a little bit serious, but I feel like the antidote here is the Six of Pentacles and this beauty card, like connecting into what is right, what is good in the world, and seeing and choosing to view that versus what has held you back, what has weighed you down, what has brought you pain, what has, maybe misinterpreted you or not seen you correctly, invalidated you, whatever it may be. And these things ideally would be more from the past, but in the now present time moment, it's about letting them go through this Death card. It's about trusting that no matter what we have to let go of, even if it's something that might feel scary or something that we expected to be around a lot longer than it's going to be, the sooner we lean into it, the sooner we let it go, the easier it's going to be for us to sort of build upon the beauty that we see here and the Six of Pentacles in that center, right? Now, the next two cards are the outside influences. These tell me a little bit about sort of what's influencing you either positively or negatively this month. They can be things like people or events, sometimes things more vague like belief systems or energies that are having an effect. So what is the moon? So the moon is associated with the sign of Cancer, I believe, and it might be partially Pisces too. The moon is definitely water, so it's a little bit probably not, a lot of people don't like the moon. Me as a Pisces, I don't mind the moon card. The moon indicates sort of confusion, emotionality. It can indicate like paths not being completely clear, having to trust one's subconscious, or they're sort of taking the more subtle signs that may be a little bit murky. There sometimes can be like mood swings with the moon, or depression even can be an aspect of the moon. But I don't feel like that's what this is. I feel like, if anything, there's an opportunity here for Leo to persevere amidst maybe how do I want to say this? Like emotionally charged or confusing sort of mixed message situations. Does that make sense? If you've been dealing with any sort of mixed message situations or unclear answers, and this being a major arcana card, I feel like my Leos, you guys will know what this is in your life. Each one of you, again, it's going to be something different, but it's going to be a big thing, right? It's going to be something that, you know, let's say, maybe it's I don't know, your gut is telling you something's off and you can't figure out why, and the answers aren't really clear, right? It's that kind of a thing. And it will be about something important, right? Say if it's about your health and you're worried about your health and you can't get a clear message from the doctor can't tell you, this is exactly what it is. And so you're frustrated, right? And it's bringing up like fears, worries, possible emotionality around it. I feel like this is not a bad card though, right? I'm just using that as an example, right? So, but what I mean by this is that I feel like the moon will show you the way if you trust it and you allow yourself to kind of pass through it, work your way through it, allow it to sort of transform you. It will bring up parts of you in your subconscious, in your who you are more at your depths, that will actually probably empower you or strengthen you, if that makes any sense. So I don't feel like this is a bad card, although it does feel a little bit like it may not be exactly how you would prefer things to be out of the gate. To me, like my feeling when I'm looking at this reading is it feels like Leo's maybe been off track for a little while and you want things to be just be simple and easy again. And it's not really that simple and easy. It doesn't mean that it's going to be hard. It just means that there's some patience that needs to take place here. And you really do need to focus on the beauty and what you're grateful for, what you have gratitude around, and allow that stuff to kind of move you through some of the stuff. To me, there's a little bit of drudgery going on here. Let's look at the other card. Okay, I'm going to take it. It's your sign. The other card is the sun. So we have the sun and the moon on both sides. We have the light and the dark. We have we have the solar system here ready to greet you, Leo. I'm okay with this. The sun would be positive, clear messages, energy, feeling energized. You get a choice in this matter, right? You get a choice in this matter whether you want to go down the more murky subconscious. And I think that both are valid and both are important and both are needed to find that balance within you. So don't deny one and like forsake one to have access to the other. I think both are trying to carry you through this month. The sun is always like a sort of a positive, affirmative, big yes man card, right? And he brings with him energy, sometimes travel, new experiences, all of that, truth, even like shining the light on something that would be where we need that truth. But if you do feel like things are a little bit up and down, I would say that's the conflict between the sun and moon. I would also be really interested to know what's going on planetarily. I don't know why. I just saw my calendar in my mind's eye. So I don't know what the next full moon is in. Let me look, actually, because my mind just flashed to the calendar. So why is that? The next full moon is in Sagittarius on Wednesday the 26th, and it's the flower moon, whatever that means. And what month is that? That's May. So May to June, that's all Gemini. So I don't know. There might be something going on planetarily for you guys. I just think it's funny that we have the sun and moon here. But I do think that ultimately both of these are really positive and very impactful influences that will help to push you forward, even as you're dealing with some of the past, letting some major things go in the now and staying positive and open-minded and focused on what is working. Even the stuff that's a little bit emotional or drudgery. Be grateful for that too. Be grateful for that moon. That's part of this beauty card, right? That's part of, and this too is making me think of the two here, the sun and the moon, like they're kind of coming together on Leo's behalf as you do the work that needs to take place, right? Now, this last card is the potential outcomes card. This card tells me a bit about sort of where things will end out for the majority of you, barring that nothing major changes. It is not set in stone, guys. So If you don't like this card, great. You can make choices and changes to affect the outcome so it does not come to pass. But if you do like this card, you can take heart in the fact that you're naturally heading towards this outcome. So let's see what it is. So this is the Five of Cups, not my favorite card for you guys. I'm going to say that right now. I feel like there might be a little bit more emotionality or more of a desire or a pull to dwell more in what's not working versus what is. And what I mean by that is because we have that moon there and we have that sun both vying for your attention, and both have their lessons with them, both have good things, but because you have death and the 10 of swords above you and below you, I feel like there's been a heavy period you've been through, and there might even be a little bit of a heavy period that's going on now with that death in the spirit space, meaning things need to transform, things need to be let go of, things need to be sort of maybe acknowledged, not run away from. And I'm not saying that you've been running away, Leo, but I feel like maybe you've been dealing with so much for so long that you just really want to break. Now may not be the month to take that break. If you try and take that break, you might end up at this Five of Cups where you're leaning more towards experiencing the moon, more towards being stuck in the past, more towards not transforming things or avoiding things, trying to run away from death, being fearful of what's going on within you deeper. And so that leaves us at this Five of Cups where we're misreading and not seeing the blessings. We're not seeing the beauty that is really in this transformation that could take place for you this month. But you have to embrace like the light and the dark, right? You have to embrace all of it. And then you have to decide what's working for you and what's not. And whatever's not at a deeper level, you need to let it go. That's that death card. That's that 10 of swords. It's like, it's time to depart and let it die off so something new can be born. So like I said, that Five of Cups is not the best outcome, but it's also not set in stone, guys. And there's 2 cups that are upright. This cat is looking at the 3 cups that are spilled. And what he doesn't realize is that there's the river right there. They could just refill those friggin' cups and like get back to work. There's even a path further on over the bridge, right? So there's more to come, Leo. So even if you do get stuck in the emotions or the murkiness of the moon and you're not able to see the sun or the beauty that is going on around you, and you find yourself being a little bit more pessimistic rather than optimistic in May, don't worry, because fives are transitory. You won't stay in this position. You may just have to go through this to understand like, oh, wait, I do have some things that I need to be grateful for or thankful for. And you will like sort of move out of that Five of Cups, even if you find yourself in it by month's end. I hope that makes sense, Leo. That is your forecast for the month of May. I look forward to seeing you guys next month. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching on Facebook, please consider going over to my YouTube channel and subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And join us every day over there for the daily forecast, and also hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live, because I do live events from time to time. And I will see you guys next month. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.